All right, so I went out on Friday. I didn't bring my little like chest-mounted camera thing. One of the cameras, well, it's my old cell phone. I plugged it in and it didn't charge. So first of all, there was that. Second of all, I couldn't find my little chest mount, so I just said, you know what, whatever. I'll just go out, buy some stuff. I'll film it later. So that's what this is. So Friday, I went out to the bins. Um, I was there for like an hour and a half. I witnessed my first situation where they bring out the bins and everybody kind of crowds around the bins. And I don't know, that's going to take some getting used to. It was really weird. It's like everybody rushed like they were starving and that was food being put in front of them. It was like people were very like lack of there was like a lack of humanity is what it felt like. um I'm a pretty calm person, and having all these people, they were like grabbing things, throwing them on the floor, throwing them off the bins, throwing them at the next person, and just like pushing people out of the way. I don't think it was for me, so I just stuck to digging around the bins. I still found some good stuff. I only spent under $10. It was like 9.77, I think is the exact amount. Then after that, I went to another thrift store that was just around the corner, and that was the one in my last video that I filmed, and I was picking stuff up, and I was like, oh, this is actually not worth anything. This is actually not worth anything. And I ended up walking out of there with nothing. And then this time, I spent $170. So we're going to go through everything today. First up from the bins, we've got a bunch of Nerf cartridges. I guess that's the word. Nerf cartridges. I used to play Nerf like crazy in college. So I grabbed that from the bins. This needs to be cleaned, but I grabbed this bag. I'm probably going to keep it for myself. I don't have a backpack, and I've been wanting one for a while. Got some more shoes from the bins. These ones are Solomon. So I got a pair of those. Pretty nice condition. These North Star, they're kind of like I don't know if they're like a sports kind of running shoe, but vintage looking. Trying to put this together in some way so that you can actually see it. This is a transformer that I found in the bins. Very surprised. It was just kind of sitting on the edge there. It was very noticeable. And I found the date. Where is it? There it is. This is a 1997 Takara Tomy transformer. So I haven't looked that one up yet. Prices will be somewhere on the screen. The Nintendo RF adapter. Boogie board. It's a drawing tablet. It actually works. It's just for taking notes, kind of like a digital Etch-a-Sketch kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people use these for like keeping track of their life total playing Magic the Gathering. So thought that was cool. That'll be easy to ship. This, it's a sealed Tragically Hip That Night in Toronto. Haven't looked that up, so prices will be coming up on the screen. It's sealed. It's brand new. I grew up in Kingston. I knew a lot about the Tragically Hip. My mom actually was the personal trainer for the drummer, and we ended up seeing their final concert in Toronto or in Kingston right before Gord Downie passed away. So very, very moving concert. Um, it was funny actually when I was growing up. I always just thought they were my mom's friend's band, and that people just liked them because like Kingston had to have a band that they liked. And then I went away to college, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Tragically Hip, they're legendary," and all that stuff. And honestly, people are gonna hate me for this, but I've never really seen the amazing appeal for them. I've always liked them, but I've never thought they were incredible. Tell me if I'm wrong. Um, these, okay, so this is another thing from last time I mentioned my mom used to work in a shoe store. These are some Uggs. They're legit Uggs. They are pretty crusty. Like, the suede is really worn, but from my memory, there is a way to get that looking more brand new. So I'm gonna do a couple different types of treatments, probably like some vinegar and water at first, to try to get that nice again. Because the inside is actually, there's no tears or anything like that. That was another problem that used to happen with Uggs, like the lining would rip, but the lining's pretty good. So once these are cleaned up, those will be nice. And my last bins find, there's no game in here, but it's the case for God of War Chains of Olympus. And, oh, my voice is brutal today. Also the manual. So if I end up finding a copy of that, I've got the case, or I can probably sell that on eBay for, I don't know, $5. All right. Wow, voice is not letting up. This is some stuff from the Value Village trip. So these are some really nice Adidas high tops. They're huge. I think they're size 12 and a half. 12. Yeah, got those for 15 bucks. Like, tread is pretty good. I picked up more catcher's mitts. This is an 11-inch Nike Keystone Diamond Ready. Fairly good condition. I think just like some of these ties I need to tie properly. But that was 13. More old toys. Red and Blue Power Ranger. I think these were from 93. 93 Bandai. This is a center speaker for a Sony surround sound. It's got a proprietary cable there. I think I've got a stereo that uses that, so I'm going to use that to test it. $6 for that. Probably the speaker, the the subwoofer for that system. This was $15. Another proprietary cable. Again, I should be able to test it. If not, speakers are pretty hardy. It's hard to break them, so if I put it up for parts or whatever, it'll be fine. There's random broken bits of plastic in this one that I never noticed, but that's okay, because this is a Samsung point and shoot film camera. I'll have to open up the battery pack and see what that looks like. And battery compartment looks fine. Got a little leather case that it goes in. That comes around and closes. It's pretty shoddy, but hey, it works. I was taking a lot of risks at the store, but they were like pretty cheap risks. This is a $4 risk. I looked this up. There was a couple sold for I think $20 or $30. Um, I've been watching one of my favorite channels to watch right now is Chase After the Right Price. Wow. One of my favorite channels right now to watch is Chase After the Right Price, and they love trains. This is, can't really tell the color that nicely, but it's green and gold. It's unbranded locomotive 7501. All the parts are looking pretty clean. Like it works more or less. Well, I'm assuming it works once you put it on the track. Um, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. It was only $4. Then I picked up two Discmans. This one's got still like the little advertising sticker on it. This one is just totally plain. And we're going to see if these work right now. I'm pretty sure they will. First, we're going to test out the Panasonic one with some Jimmy Carl Black, some pretty obscure music. Jimmy was the drummer for Frank Zappa's original band, the Mothers of Invention. And a couple years ago, I actually contacted his wife. He passed away, and I ended up buying probably a dozen albums from her and a soapstone necklace, which is really cool. One of my favorites. Oh, the AM radio is playing, so hey, AM works. That's random. All right, how do FM works. Oh, it's firing up the CD. I can hear it spinning. It's weird, it's got the information that the CD has like 53 minutes, but when I hit play, Sounds like it's struggling. Volume's up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it works. I don't know why it took so long. Let's just try skipping to the next track, see if it also takes long. No, it's good. Oh, that sounds so nice. What was your first CD? First memory of buying a CD? I'm actually trying to think back. I think that the first CD that I ever bought myself was one of the White Stripes albums. And then in terms of gifts, I got 1 year for my birthday. I got Take Off Your Pants and Jacket by Blink-182 and Hybrid Theory um, by Linkin Park. So those are my earliest memories of having CDs. And then, oh yeah, burning CDs. I did a lot of CD burning in my youth. All right, time to test out the Sony one. I never liked the design of these ones where the battery pack was inside when you open it up because it's always so awkward to get at, especially if you've got a CD in there already and you need to change the batteries. Got to take it out, then take the batteries out, then put the batteries back in, then put the CD back in. And you wonder why we scratched all our CDs. Oh, this one's chugging up. Here we go. Yes, sir, it works. And what's funny is the volume up and down buttons are reversed on this one. So on the right, it's minus, and on the left, it's plus. But it sounds good. So two very nice CD Walkmans. It seems like I was just picking up toys a lot on this trip. So this is a $4 Transformers toy. I'll throw up images of what it actually is. It's more of like a kid's version. Very easy to transform. You just kind of move the body up and down. So I'm going to be listing that. This one's again more for personal use, but it does have a like tiny amount of value. Jacob's Ladder on Blu-ray. I've always wanted to watch this movie. Never got a chance to. Saw it on Blu-ray on the shelf, so I figured why not. And then so an Apple wired mouse with the little tiny like trackball nub in the middle. It was only $3. And then I actually didn't show it from the last video, but in my last video I picked up the original Apple keyboard, which you can kind of see right here, actually. That one right there. I'm gonna have to test it out and make sure it works, but I'll probably stick these two together. Then this one here was $10. It's a TomTom, TomTom Go of some sort. This Go 630. So this one actually boots up. It works. I got to charge it, make sure it holds a charge, but that should be a pretty good chunk of profit there too. And now, okay, so this is like the bigger purchase of the day. I realized after I got home it wasn't the best idea, but here we go. So they had a black Wii for $60. Came with the Wii Motion Plus controller. I'm gonna have to, and the nunchuck. I'm gonna have to test all of this out. And you know, I was looking at it, I plugged it in, make sure it turned on. The disk drive, I pressed open and close to make sure that it actually sounded like it was opening and closing. Figured that it was a good buy. It's not the one that's compatible with GameCube games. The top there doesn't open. So there is a bundle for this one, but it's with like Mario Bros. And the soundtrack. So I'll probably just sell this as like a Black Wii bundle. But there's one thing missing. I was like, you know, it's got the power cable, it's got the AV cable. That's what you need for a video game, right? But it doesn't have um, the sensor bar. So I'm gonna have to go out and buy a sensor bar in order to actually sell this. But still, at $60, I could have done worse. I could have done much worse. Actually, they had this, then they had a Wii U with the like, you know, the touchpad and everything. So I was like, oh, wonder what the price is on that. And I saw on the Wii U it was $100, and I was like, it had also I think 2 Motion Plus controllers with it. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. And then I looked over at the pad. They wanted $100 for just the pad as well. So I was like, no. So there we go. Just like in the last video, I'm going to put, this is, so there we go. Just like in the last video, I'm going to put up on the left here how much we spent, how much potential profit there is in everything, and then minus what we spent and everything. This is what we're left with. I'm so bad at pointing. I'm like, this is what we're left with at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have fun on your adventures. Hope you had a good weekend, and catch you later.